Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Harinam Sankirtan ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada Jai.
Jai.
Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Virendraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Yogana Krishna Das Prabhu ji ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Let's come once more over this for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English. Hare Krishna. Okay, okay, welcome all devotees. So Thursday we have finished verse number 5.10.20. So today we'll start with verse number 21 onwards of chapter 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayantiru. Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shilove Bhaddhar Bhavati Nastagi. Mugam Garodi Vachalam Pangundam Jayade Girim Yat Prabhadamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Sharagya Chakshuru Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayambhu Bhagavatam Kindadanti Sapadandiyam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Udavadagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsham Sri Rupam Sakarjadam Sakana Jagunathan Nigamdam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Varjana Sakidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vadhan Sakana Lada Sri Vishakandinamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopiya Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Tapta Kanjana Gauri Radhe Vrindavani Vrishabhana Sudhe Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nidhinamini. Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vachatya Deshakarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravatta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Vishnu Bhana Vishnu Bhashaya Vishnu Vijayapataka Swami Nidinamani Namajari Vadani Daya Guruvani Guruvada Dama Daya Guruvama Daya Guruvada Swami Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So verse number 21. We start. Hare Krishna. We'll start with Ravi as usual, just from verse number 21 onwards. Drishtaha Shrama Karmada Atmano Vai Bharturgandur Bhavadachanumanye Yadha Sadodanayanadya Bhavad Samula Ishto Vyavahara Margaha Dushtaha Shrama Karmada Atmano Vai Bharturgandur Bhavadachanumanye Yadha Tadodanayanadya Bhavad Samula Ishto Vyavahara Margaha. Hare Krishna. Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhajaranagovinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. You have said, I am not fatigued from labor. Although the soul is different from the body, there is fatigue because of bodily labor, and it appears to be the fatigue of the soul. When you are carrying a palanquin, there is certainly labor for the soul. This is my conjecture. You have also said that the external behavior exhibited between the master and the servant is not factual, but although in the phenomenal world it is not factual. The products of the phenomenal world can actually affect things that is visible and experienced. As such, even though material activities are impermanent, they cannot be said to be untrue. Translation once more. You have said, I am not fatigued from labor, although the soul is different from the body. There is fatigue because of bodily labor, and it appears to be the fatigue of the soul. When you are carrying the palanquin, there is certainly labor for the soul. This is my conjecture. You have also said that the external behavior exhibited between the master and the servant is not factual. But although in the phenomenal world it is not factual, the products of the phenomenal world can actually affect things. This is visible and experienced. As such, even though material activities are imperfect, they cannot be said to be untrue. This is a discussion on impersonal Mayavadi and the practical philosophy of the Maya philosophy explains phenomenal world to be false, but Vaishnava philosophers do not agree. They know that the phenomenal is a temporary manifestation, but it is not false. A dream that is certainly false, but a horrible dream certainly affects the person seeing it. The soul's fatigue is not factual, but as long as one is immersed in the illusionary bodily conception, one is affected by such false dreams. When dreaming, it is not possible to avoid the actual facts, and the conditioned soul is forced to suffer due to his dream. A water pot is made of earth and is temporary. Actually, there is no water pot. There is simply earth. However, as long as the water pot can contain water, we can use it in that way. It cannot be said to be absolutely false. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Shalaparaj.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shri Kumar Prabhu, thank you for giving this opportunity. I am not qualified, but whatever I can understand, I share with you all. And please, you also feel free to share any your understanding or comments or queries. Hare Krishna. So we are actually in 21 to 25. Today we are starting with 21 verse. 21 to 25 is actually Raghugana's inquiries on Jadavarda's reply. So there is actually this answer and questions are linked with the previous verses. If you go to, I think verse number 9, where here, where Jadavarda already says that he is not fatigued because he is different from the body. So that was the answer given by Jadavarda earlier to Raghugana. Based on this, here the king is asking query. Based on that, he's saying that you are saying I am not fatigued from the labor, although the soul is different from the body. But he's saying, but there is fatigue because of bodily labor, and it appears to be the fatigue of the soul. So Prabhupada very beautifully explains in the purport. When we read the purport, we will get more clarity. And when you are carrying the palanquin, there is certainly labor. This king is saying like that for the soul. This is my conjecture. So this is the conclusion, understanding of the king that is presenting before Jadabharat. And also is giving the second understanding about second question inquiry is, you have also said that the external behavior exhibited between the master and servant is not factual. But although in the phenomenal world, it is not factual. The products of the phenomenal world can actually affect things that is visible and experienced. So whatever happens in this world, actually it is affecting us. So that's what the king is saying, that is visible and experienced. As such, even though the material activities are impermanent, they cannot be said to be untrue. So it's like Prabhupada is writing in the purport. It will be a little bit complicated. We need to read this translation at least 2-3 times to understand what they are discussing. This is how Mayavada philosophy is there. Like if you see Vaishnava philosophy, it is very straightforward. Straightforward means you are part and parcel of God. The part has to serve the whole. So very clear that we have to serve the Lord in devotion. Our philosophy is very simple to understand, Vaishnava philosophy. That's why when people read Prabhupada books, they get more clarity. Easily they become devotee when they read any small books or, Prabhupada, especially the Prabhupada book, Science of Self-Realization, is a very powerful book. Even there are people from other religions, when they read that book, whether they're Christian or Muslim, they become a devotee by reading that book. Very simple and straightforward. But if you read this translation, it's a little bit, we are not able to understand what they are exactly discussing. This is called Mayavad. Mayavad is not actually very easy to understand. It's like, we can say, jugglery of words. We have to read again and again and try to understand what they are saying. The next statement will be different from the previous statement, like that. So that's why Prabhupada opens a purport where this is the discussion on impersonal Mayavad philosophy and the practical philosophy of Vaishnavas. See, there are two things. So impersonal, when the spiritual, when you are taking the spiritual life, the spiritualists normally, they belong to either of two schools. One is the Vaishnava school, which is Bhakti to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and impersonal Mayavad philosophy, which believes that the Lord has no form and we are also actually God. So impersonal means there is no personality there. So that is difference. And when we want to exhibit love, definitely we need a personal philosophy. So very important to understand. In impersonal concept, we don't get love. Like we know that when the mother is there, the child is in the womb, there are many parents, sometimes mother, they are going for abortion because they don't see the child. They don't want the child and they do it. But the same child, if it is coming out, after birth, they are interacting with the child, they are ready to sacrifice their entire life for the child because they are able to see the form, the love is manifesting. So Vaishnava philosophy is personal philosophy where we have form of the Lord. So we can develop or we can exhibit our love. But if you are saying God is impersonal, then the love will not be manifested. So always impersonal philosophy is a little bit tricky to understand. And it's also very jugglery of words. Prabhupada uses the word, it is jugglery of words.
Exactly.
The Mayavada philosophy explains the phenomenal world to be false. Okay. One more understanding of this Mayavada philosophy is actually, they say Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mithya. So they say that the world is Brahmam. Brahman means referring to God or the Jivatma also, because they say everything is one. So the Brahman is Satyam. It is truth. And the Jagat is false. The world is false. So that is what Prabhupada writes here, that the Mayavada philosophy explains that the phenomenal world to be false. But the Vaishnava philosophers do not agree that the world is false. Why they don't agree? Because they know that phenomenal world is temporary one, but manifestation, but it is not false. Because in front of us, we are seeing our friends, relatives, parents, so many experiences we are getting. How we can say that Brahmam Satyam Jagat Nitya? But the Vaishnavas understand that it is not false, but it is temporary. Temporary means we are living here for a certain time, and everything is annihilated after the pralaya. So they understand that this phenomenal world is temporary, but not false. Whereas the Mayavadis think that Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mithya. Only Brahmam is true, the world is false. For that, Prabhupada is giving the analogy. A dream that we see at night is certainly false. Correct. So, very wonderful analogy. With this, you can understand what is the whole philosophy about. Night when we are dreaming, some strange dreams come, somebody is chasing us, or sometimes we fall down from the building. Some different dreams come for different people. So that time we are actually scared. Somebody is chasing in the middle of the night, you suddenly wake up, your body is sweating as a reaction. Then you understand, oh no, this is only a dream. But that fear was there momentarily in our body, that when we get up, there was so much of sweat in our body, breathing heavily, because we think that somebody was actually chasing us. Then we come to consciousness that this is a dream. So then only we understand that, oh, then we get more, relaxed. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yeah, please mute your mic so that.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So in dream, we have experienced this. Like every time we dream, it's actually real. That time it is real. Only when we wake up, then we know it is a false thing. That's a proper reading. But a horrible dream certainly affects a person seeing it. Sometimes we see snake also. We get so much fear. Then when we get up, there is no snake. And then we become so much relaxed. But during dream, it is definitely affecting the person. So here, similarly, the same situation is explained with today's verse. The soul's fatigue is not factual. It is not actually real. But as long as one is immersed in the illusory bodily conception, one is affected by such false dreams. So, when we are in the bodily conscious, then what happens? The soul feels like it is fatigued. Like somebody is driving the car, and the car actually, the fuel is about to finish. So you see, it has nothing to do with the person, but the person is affected because he is affected when it goes down. Or we can say one more example also. If you go and watch a movie, the movie we know is all unreal. We all already know. But when we see the movie story, we are so much when we involved with that movie, whatever happens to the hero or heroine, we are affected. If the hero cries or the heroine cries, the person who is watching. So nowadays people see this mega serial or something. They say the storyline is something very emotional. And the person who sees, he is also getting tears in his eye, even though he knows it is false. So the more one is attached to the drama, the more he is affected by what is happening on the screen. So similarly, when a person is so much attached to his body, then he is affected. It seems that the soul is also affected. But when he is awakening to his spiritual life, then he knows that it is like a false dream. So that is the understanding. But however, when dreaming, it is not possible to avoid the actual facts, and the conditioned soul is forced to suffer due to his dream. So that's why people who are not in Krishna consciousness, however we explain them that, you are not this body, you are spirit soul, they are not able to come out of their suffering because they are still in the dreaming stage. Because when you are dreaming, if you go and give a lecture to a person who is dreaming, he will not understand what you are talking because he is seeing different things in a dream. So we have to understand this life is also like a dream. It is like a 80 years dream we are having. We were one time in the school, now it is like a dream. We were one time in the college, now it is like a dream. Now we are in the family life. We were very young, we were going into the job, or sometimes it is like a dream. So whatever the past is, now it's like a dream. But that time when we are experiencing, maybe when we are getting the college result, we were tensed. Now it is like a dream. So as long as when we are dreaming, it is not possible to avoid the actual facts. The conditioned soul is forced to suffer due to his dream because the soul is identifying with the body. Whatever happens to the body, the conditioned soul is also affected. But here you see Jada Bharat, he is not like relating his body. He is not affected. The soul is not affected because he is not in bodily consciousness. And that is the reason why Jada Bharat is saying that I am not fatigued, even though he is carrying the palanquin, because he knows that the body is only fatigued. I am not conditioned by that bodily fatigue. And Prabhupada further goes to another example. He is comparing a water pot. We know the water pot, which is made of earth only. We all know this water pot. And it is temporary, because the moment you drop, it will go into the earth. Again, it will mix with the mud. But as long as the water pot is there, you can hold the water. The water pot can contain water. Similarly, the body is also compared to the water pot, which is containing the water called soul. We can use it in that way, but we cannot say it is absolutely false. So the conclusion is, it is not false, but it is temporary. That is one point. And the second point is, as long as we are in the bodily consciousness, whatever happens to the body, the soul is also getting affected. But somebody is completely in Krishna consciousness, he is aloof from the bodily suffering. For example, we can say that one time Prabhupada had a severe like toothache. One day the devotees saw when in the bed, that the tooth has already fell down from the and it is in the bed. But Prabhupada never exhibited the symptom that he is suffering from. Tooth pain is always very, very difficult to for beer. It is like it makes us so irritated. When you have a tooth pain, whoever we talk, we tell, I have tooth pain. I feel like I was not able to sleep yesterday night, and today I am getting a headache because of that. Like that, we always tell to our people who are meet. To say tooth is like that. When tooth pain is in the, but Prabhupada, even though he had tooth pain, he never exhibited that pain. I am having tooth pain. No, because he is aloof from the bodily consciousness. That one day, then the disciples saw that tooth already fell down, and it was severely decayed also. So if it is actually person in normal bodily conscious, he might have so much complaint. So we should understand people who are in Krishna consciousness, they are not much affected. You can see our Guru Maharaj also is having so much bodily inconvenience, but never in any lecture he says that, I have so much pain and so much. He never says, because he does not understand, relate his soul. He's not in the bodily consciousness. So these are some practical things you can understand. When we are in Krishna consciousness, when we are deeply involved in Krishna consciousness, we are not affected, or we don't relate our bodily pain. The soul is not getting affected due to the bodily pains or pleasures. So that's the understanding which the discussion. This is actually Raghugana's inquiry. And then further, Jada Bharat will be replying to these inquiries. Hare Krishna.
Hare
If
Krishna.
anybody want to, thank you, Prabhu. If anybody wants to add any question, or if we are not able to understand, we can discuss on
Hare
that.
Krishna Prabhu, can you repeat that one about the similar example of a water pot? How it is affect this one?
Yes, Prabhu, water pot is made of earth. We all know that, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Water pot is made of earth and it is temporary. So this statement is clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Water pot is made of earth and it is temporary. Actually, there is no water pot, means before that it was earth, right, Prabhu?
Okay.
Before that it is earth. After also it will be earth.
Yeah.
Correct. Before it was earth, after also it. But in between it is manifested as a water pot. But as long as the water pot is there, you can store the water. So this body also like that, Prabhu. This manifested from Mother Nature, right?
Yes.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether. And after our death also, it will go back to the earth.
Yeah.
But in between, it is as the water pot is holding the water. This body is holding the soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that way, we can use the water pot, right?
Yeah.
So the soul, the Prabhupada says, that is the best use of bad bargain. That means this body is there, we can use it for spiritual purposes, even though it is temporary. So you cannot say water pot is not existing. It is absolutely false. Like the Maya philosophy says, Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mithya. We cannot, the Vaishnava philosophy is, it is not false because the water pot is there. Before it was not there, after it was not there. But temporarily water pot is there. So we cannot say it is false, but we understand that it is temporary.
Okay, Prabhupada.
The manifestation is temporary, but it is not false. That's why the two examples are given. Same way in dreaming also, even though it is false, but at the time of dreaming, it is true. We are affected when we are dreaming. Is it okay, Prabhu? Arishna Mata, yes, Mata.
Yeah, Prabhuji, continue, please. Sadhanta Prabhuji is having some more doubts.
Sadhana Sham Prabhu? Okay.
Prabhuji, almost same philosophy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving to, instructing to Mother Sachi regarding this temporary form of this thing, like to refute the impersonalist, this Jagat Mithya.
Yes.
Same point is philosophy, I think I heard somewhere, like when he was so small, he started the same philosophy, giving the same
he was eating mud actually.
Yeah, that time.
He was, then mother said, why I have made like lot of sabji and other thing. Why you are eating mud? Then he told his mother, the sabji, this whatever is the leaf, green leaf or whatever you are getting, that also coming from mud.
Yes.
So what is wrong that I am eating directly the mud? So that means he is indirectly telling that both are not same. That, mother is saying, how you can eat mud? If it will not satisfy your hunger.
Yes.
So similarly, as long as you don't love God, it will not satisfy your soul. Even though you say everything is one. When we say everything is one, mud is also one. The vegetable which is coming also from the mud. So the Mayavada philosophy is everything is one, but we cannot eat the mud.
Yes,
so
same philosophy only.
Philosophy, because that's why when we go like that, when we say everything is one, the Jivatma, Paramatma, everything is one, we don't taste it. We don't have, the soul cannot be satisfied by that. So, in one of the philosophy, it is very clearly written that the Vaishnava philosophy is, I want to become sugar is actually Mayavad philosophy. I want to taste sugar is actually Vaishnava philosophy. Which is better? I want to become sugar or I want to taste sugar? So tasting sugar is actually what we want.
Yes.
Yeah, so tasting sugar we enjoy. But if I become sugar, I cannot enjoy. I cannot enjoy because so trying to become God itself, you cannot enjoy. The only reason Krishna is expanding into so many Jivatmas, the only reason is to having loving relationship. We are here existing today because Krishna expanded. And what is the purpose why Krishna, that is Swamsa Vibhinnamsa. Swamsa means Krishna's personal expansions like Vishnu, whatever, Radharani. This is Swamsa, all personal expansions. And we are called Vibhinnamsa, separated expansions.
Yeah.
So Vibhinnamsa means why he made Vibhinnamsa. Why? Vibhinnamsa, we are existing because of the only one purpose Krishna expanded us. The one purpose why Krishna expanded us as part and parcel. Mamayamsa Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Only one reason is to have loving exchange. I want to taste the sugar. To have loving reciprocation. But now we are in this material world. We are not doing that. That's why Krishna is giving this Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is, I expanded you for this purpose. But instead of loving me, you are trying to love my property. That will not give happiness to you. And it will not give happiness to me also. So that is why this whole philosophy is there, that the Mayavada philosophy is killing that loving propensity, the serving mood. Because we are saying, when we are saying everything is one, how you can do service if everything is one? If you think that I am God or I am this thing, to whom you will serve? But when we have this Vaishnava philosophy, there are three things. One is the servitor, the person who is served, servitor, and in between there is a love. So when we say love, immediately three things come into picture. The beloved, the lover, and the love. For this purpose only, Krishna was one and he expanded into many jivatmas. To love, for the beloved, Krishna is our beloved and we are the lovers, and we give love to Krishna and Krishna gives the love back to us. In this exchange, Krishna enjoys and the jivatma enjoys. And those souls which are already doing this, they are in the spiritual world. And those souls who do not want Krishna, to love Krishna, because Krishna has given the free will, they are in this material world trying to exchange their love here, which is temporary and false. And we can also understand, we are loving many people here, but they don't reciprocate properly. Sometimes they reciprocate, sometimes they are against us. Even example, you take the parents, children. The parents give all their love to the children, complete. No, they give their entire life up to 60 years for their children's benefit. They sacrifice everything. But do the children give the love back to the parents? That is a big question mark after they are grown up. So now we understand this. Here, when we are trying to give that love, you will not get it back properly. But when we give it to Krishna, you will get it back. And it is permanent. Here it is temporary. So that is Vaishnava philosophy. Is it okay, Mataji? I think you highlighted the right point.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. So many points we have received.
Yeah.
Yes,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as you said, he explained to mother this philosophy by indirectly telling that I am eating the earth, which is also same, non-different from this vegetables. So, and mother told how we can say everything is same. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to say that yes, the Jivatma is definitely not same as the
Supreme.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Rasamai Mataji, for joining. It's a long time Mataji is seen. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Rasamai Mataji, no Mataji also. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Saturday, so Mataji is available. Okay. Anything?
Any questions or comments? If there are none, we can go to the next.
Page number 22. Okay, who's reading?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, ma'am.
Srimad Bhagavatam 5.10.22. Stalyagnitāpat payasobhitapas tattapatastandula garbarandihi dehendriyavashaya sannikarshat tatsamsritihi purushasyanurodhat stalyagnitāpat payasobhitapas tattapatastandula garbarandihi dehendriyavashaya Sannikarshat tat samsritihi purushasyanurodhat. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. King Rahugana continued, my dear sir, you have said that designations like bodily fatness and thinness are not characteristics of the soul. That is incorrect because designations like pain and pleasure are certainly felt by the soul. You may put a pot of milk and rice within fire, and the milk and rice are automatically heated one after the other. Similarly, due to bodily pains and pleasures, the senses, mind, and soul are affected. The soul cannot be completely detached from this conditioning. Purport. This argument put forward by Maharaja Rahugana is correct from the practical point of view, but it arises from an attachment to the bodily conception. It can be said that a person sitting in his car is certainly different from his car, but if there is damage to the car, the owner of the car, being overly attached to the car, feels pain. Actually, the damage done to the car has nothing to do with the car's proprietor, but because the proprietor has identified himself with the interest of the car, he feels pleasure and pain connected with it. This conditional state can be avoided if attachment is withdrawn from the car. Then the proprietor would not feel pleasure or pain if the car is damaged or whatever. Similarly, the soul has nothing to do with the body and the senses, but due to ignorance, he identifies himself with the body and he feels pleasure and pain due to bodily pleasure and pain. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Let's
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, same, I think we discussed earlier, Prabhupada is giving that analogy of car and the car driver. So here, if you see this question also is posed by Raghugana, in continuation to the previous verse question. He's like, this is all from Raghugana's actually reply to Jadavar, which was where Jadavar has replied him that I am not attached, I am not fatigued actually, in 5.10.6, where Raghugana is saying like that. Sorry, Jadavar is saying on 5.10.9. Also, Jadavar is saying that I am a spirit sport detached from the body. So the fatigue does not belong to me. That is Jadavar's reply. For that, actually, Raghugana is posting these two questions. That was what we discussed in 21 and 22 also related to that 5.10.6 and 5.10.9. Together, these two verses are Raghugana's further questions based on Jadavar's reply. So here we are seeing Raghugana is again asking, this is like an inquiry because he knows that he is a self-realized person. He understood the position of Jadavar. So that's why he is asking this question. So King Raghugana is asking, my dear sir, you have said that designations like bodily fatness and thinness are not characteristics of souls. You definitely know the soul is same size for everybody, whether it's the elephant, the soul in the elephant or the soul in the ant, it is in the same size. It is not having any distinction like fat or thin. That is incorrect. But Raghugana is saying that is incorrect because he's saying because designations like pain and pleasure are certainly felt by the soul. If there is a bodily pain and pleasure, it is affecting the soul as well. He's saying like that. So for that, he's giving an analogy. You may put a pot of milk or rice within fire. We all do this for making sweet rice or something. And the milk and rice are automatically heated one after another. As soon as we put the rice within the milk, that milk, the rice also gets boiled by the heat of the milk. Similarly, due to the bodily pains and pleasures, what happens? The senses, mind and soul are affected. Say how the rice is affected because we are putting in the milk, boiling milk. Similarly, is comparing that when there is a bodily pain and pleasure, like the milk is boiling, the senses, mind and soul within the body, they are also affected. The soul cannot be completely detached from this conditioning. So very nice point is King Raghugana is putting here. He is saying that you are detached from this body. Yeah. You are saying it is detached from the body, but King Raghugana is saying it is not possible to be completely detached from this conditioning. So we are practicing sadhakas, devotees. We are also not completely detached from this conditioning. So we may also get a doubt that is it really possible to get detached from the soul, from bodily conditioning? Is it possible? So for that, Prabhupada is writing the purport here. This argument put forward by Maharaj Raghugana is correct from practical point of view. See, that's exactly Prabhupada is relating that. Yes, many people have doubt. Is it really possible to get detached from this conditioning? But it arises from an attachment to bodily consumption. Why this argument is coming? Because as long as you are attached to the body, we will think that it is not possible to detach the soul from the conditioning of the body. So Prabhupada is giving the example. So an analogy, a person sitting in the car is different from the car. You all know that. But if there is a damage to the car, that person does not get sleep for 1 or 2 days. He is getting angry with the person who has hit the car. Like that. He feels that whatever happens to the car, he feels the pain. But actually the damage is done to the car. And it has nothing to do with the car's proprietor. But because the proprietor has identified himself with the interest of the car, he feels pleasure and pain connected with it. So we can understand if a person here, like in Kuwait, they have a car. Sometimes they have their personal car and they have their company car also. Whatever the company car is dirty, it's not cleaned, they are not at all bothered. Because they are not attached, they know it is not my property, it is company's property. In fact, many people, the moment they get the company car, they abuse also. Abuse means they put harsh brake, they drive in a very, not in a proper way. I have seen many people like that. Because they know this is not my property. And whatever happens, it is, company will take the this one. But if they have their personal car, they do proper service, they maintain it clean, because they know this is my car. So what is the difference with the company car and personal car? The attachment is there for personal car, but there is no attachment for the company car. Same way, the soul, if it's so much attached on the bodily consciousness, whatever happens to the body, immediately the soul is getting affected. But if in Krishna consciousness, the devotees, instead of attaching to the body, is attaching himself to the Krishna, Supreme Lord. So he knows this is, the body, I am not this body. So elevated Vaishnavas, they are at this stage, they are completely away from this conditioning effect. So whatever happens to the body, they are not much worried. We can again quote our Guru Maharaj example for this, how he is so much detached from his body, even though so many things he is facing, so much pain is caused because of his bodily inconveniences, we can see. But still he is non-stoppable. He is continuously traveling. One time he is going from Chennai, he went to Mayapur. Now from Mayapur, he went to Bangalore. From Bangalore, he went to now Mangalore. So it is not possible for us. When we travel, sometimes after traveling, we take so much rest. We don't want to travel again for at least for 2 months, 3 months. But you see, he's continuously traveling, even though his body is having so much pain, because he is totally away from this conditioning effect, because he's so much elevated by devotional service. So this is one practical example that how we can realize the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam. This conditional state can be avoided. It is possible. If the attachment is withdrawn from the car, if the attachment is withdrawn from the body, then the proprietor would not feel pleasure or pain if the car is damaged or whatever. Similarly, the soul has nothing to do with the body and the senses, but due to ignorance, he identifies himself with the body and he feels pleasure and pain due to bodily pleasure and pain. So whatever we understand now, we are understanding the statements from Srimad Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada purport that it is possible that we can get detached from this bodily consciousness and remain aloof from the pains and pleasure experienced by the body. But when we are strong or very much developed in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, at the conditioned state, we will be always affected. Whatever happens through the body, we will be also affected. But this is possible if you take up the Krishna consciousness in a very serious way, sincere and seriously. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So any questions or comments? So the previous one was a reply of the Raghuganas for Jadabharat's reply on 5.10.9. And this is what is reply on 5.10.6 B, 5.10.9 Jadabharat reply, 5.10.9 B and 10.
No, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, means my doubt is it means how it is applicable to our devotee, this point?
Yes, Prabhu, this is like when we are now, Prabhu, we are whatever happens to our body, our bodily relations, we are affected, Prabhu, right?
Yeah.
Body and bodily relations, like our family is there. So anything happens either to our body or to our bodily thing. Like you see, sometimes devotees get some incurable disease also, right, Prabhu? So what happens normally when we are not devotee or we are not elevated, we are so much worried about that, right?
Yeah.
Day and night we are thinking either for our body or bodily relation. Both are applicable. Yes. Bodily relation means our family members, right?
Yes.
So whatever happens, we are affected. But someone is elevated in Krishna consciousness, he is also having problem either in his body or body relation is having, and there is a thought for him. He is having a concern for that also, but he is not affected. Means he will not too much think about that again and again. Rather than he will concentrate on devotional service. He will more think about Krishna. Now, Prabhu, example. Now we are thinking about Krishna for 5 hours per day. Okay, and you are continuing your sadhana. Tomorrow, there is an issue with the bodily or bodily relation. Our remembrance on Krishna from 5 hours will reduce to 1 hour, and that 4 hours will be replaced by that problems. But a person elevated in Krishna consciousness, he may also face the same problem, but his remembrance on Krishna or on performing that devotion to Krishna will not be affected by that thing. That he will be steady in that. Without getting affected. Without getting affected means he will go on with his day-to-day devotional service. Whether the neophyte will slow down his remembrance of, on the path of Krishna consciousness. That is called affected. Affected means our Krishna consciousness gets affected when we are neophyte, when something goes wrong with our body or bodily relations. But as an elevated Vaishnava, when they are completely immersed in Krishna consciousness, they understand that there is a problem in the body or body relation. Of course, they will also give some care for that. It's not that they will ignore. They go to hospital, they get treatment, but they will not be affected much. Like recently, our Kadamba Kana Swami Maharaj, he was diagnosed with cancer. Right, Prabhu? So, there was a concern. He went for treatment and all, but he never stopped his devotional service, or he was not feeling, oh, see, I became a sannyasi, I devoted so much life that, but I have got like this. He never said like that. He said, this is the time I have to intensely absorb on the Krishna consciousness. So like that, again, because when this is again a very exalted, because Bhagavatam itself is for Paramamsas, right? So that's why these higher instructions are there in Bhagavatam, that how people, devotees who are exalted in Krishna consciousness, they will not be affected. At least now we can understand it theoretically, that this is their mood.
Thank you.
Yes. And we can see, Prabhu, at least somebody is a little more elevated. Even within our circle, if you see, they are not actually much bothered. Right?
Yes.
So when someone is discussing itself, we can understand, like, see, whatever you are thinking, Prabhu, most of the time, that only you will speak. Okay, whatever is our thoughts. Suppose if you are always thinking about somebody is too much attached to wealth. If you talk to him 5-10 minutes, then he will tell where to invest money and where to, do this. I purchase this property. Now I am getting this interest now. What is in their mind, that only will come out as speech. So same way we can see that somebody is very much absorbed in Krishna consciousness. When they speak, they will speak mostly about Krishna consciousness. Because they are absorbed in that. Even though they will also have bodily issues. They will not speak much about it. But it is not that meaning that we will say that and we will not get any treatment. We are not like that extreme fanatics. Extreme fanatics means they know there is some problem in their body and they will not go for treatment also, right? You have seen people like that, right? But Krishna consciousness is not saying like that and all. That, okay, you don't go for treatment, you don't check your body, not like that. But you should not be so much attached. You can always take care, precaution, everything, but we should not be affected by that. That is the point. And we are not getting affected means it is not artificial. Somebody is naturally elevated in Krishna consciousness, he will naturally be not affected.
Prabhuji, but if we go for treatment, no, we will miss so many classes. For example, I was having knee pain and I used to go for Ayurvedic treatment. They have given me time from 12 to 1. So I am missing my Bhagavatam class daily.
Recording will be there, no, Mataji? Recording they are not sharing. And the second thing, Mataji, if your health is good only, you can do your sadhana also. No? If your health is not good, or even material life, you cannot do anything, spiritual life also. Because Prabhupada says it is Krishna's property. You have to take care of Krishna's property nicely. So why we are sleeping every day night? Because of taking care of this body. Because the body is not cooperating, how our sadhana will be also affected. No?
Correct.
If you see in that
Yes,
angle,
Prabhuji.
yeah, when you want to do service to Krishna nicely, if you don't have knee pain, only you can do. If you have knee pain, how you can serve Krishna? So if you think in your mind
But
that
Prabhuji, one thing what happens in my case, I'll be traveling. Doctor is to tell me after treatment, at least 1 month you should take rest. But before that itself, I'll start my yatra. Recently, I went to Mayapur.
yeah.
And
Yes,
last week fully I was with the Guru Maharaj program.
Hari
So
Bol.
there is no rest also. Because of that, my knee pain is not cured.
Subsiding. So when there is chance, Mataji, you should take good rest for your body also, because body is very much important, good health for us, for our sadhana. And Prabhuji got the initiation, Mataji?
Yes, my Prabhuji got initiation
Hari Bol,
and
Hari Bol.
from Mayapur only. And his name is Radha Krishna Vishyapati Das.
Hari Bol,
Hari-
Radha Krishna Vishwapati Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much.
So much. Guru Maharaj mercy is unlimited. He's not stopping his mercy. Now he went to today also in Bangalore also he has given initiation. Second of think I saw video.
Bangalore, Shiba Thomas, Dr. Shiba Thomas Madaji and I came, they took initiation. And today in Mangalore, Prabhuji.
Mangalore also.
Giving initiation today.
Yes. Now we can see Guru Maharaj's example also, Mataji. Guru Maharaj is taking all the treatment, no, Mataji? Whenever there's an issue, he's
Prabhuji,
but at the same time, he's not compensating on anything spiritual things, So same, we have to follow in their footsteps.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, on that day, when Guru Maharaj came to Bangalore, he came to the stage about 10:30 and about to give initiation. Suddenly, oxygen level went down and they are taken to a room. And only 5:30 p.m. Again, Guru Maharaj came to the stage and started giving initiation.
Hari Bol. We can understand his causeless mercy, Mataji. So much Maharaj is merciful.
Yes.
That too, 300 plus initiation out there.
Yes. That is in Mayapur, no, Mataji? What you are saying is Mayapur,
Not,
right? Mayapur,
Mayapur, 2 days given, 600 plus, 600 plus. 24th and 25th. Here in Bangalore, I am telling Prabhuji. Bangalore, 300 plus.
Oh, Rebold. And today, I think in Bangalore.
And the very next day, he came to our Whitefield Center for Bhumi Puja.
Rebold. New temple, Mata, new temple construction, right?
New temple is going to construct. Prabhuji, for that site buying and all, you have given donation also.
Yes. Understood, yes. So some seva, Krishna has given opportunity.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We remember from Mataji, this Kartikeya Prabhu, he given us a lecture also, sometime during COVID.
Yes, from our Whitefield only.
Yeah. Temple president, right?
Not temple president, he is a sannyasi now. That
sannyasi?
means saffron dress.
No, brahmachari.
Not sannyasi, brahmachari.
Brahmachari.
But recently he got that sannyasi type color, saffron dress he got, Prabhuji.
No, that normally devotees wear, Mataji, but sannyasi is different level. That you can wear when temple.
Because he is wearing that saffron dress, no? That's why I told Actually, brahmachari only.
Brahmachari.
Our president is Arishetra Prabhuji.
Okay, nice, Mataji. Good, you have congregation nearby. It's a blessing also that you can. How it's close to your house, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji, about 6 kilometers far.
Okay.
Not very near. Very near is IBC center.
Okay. IDC? Okay. Okay, Mataji.
Okay,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
Hare
you. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Good news. Okay. Any other devotees want to share anything? Shri Kumar Prabhu?
Yes, please.
Prabhu,
Yeah,
Prabhu,
Hare
thank
Krishna, Mataji.
you very
I
much.
just want to share one thing I heard in the lecture about Gopalakrishna Maharaj. As Prabhu said about the certain devotees who are not very much attached to their bodily discomfort. You told the example of Kadambakarna Maharaj. Like I heard in one lecture that Gopalakrishna Maharaj, even though he goes to sleep very late, like at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or even 3 o'clock, he will
Oh,
be without any fail. He will be there for Mangalarati. We cannot even imagine about that.
yes, Mataji. Very true. Very true. They have totally transcended the bodily demands.
Yes.
Very true, Mataji. So that is a practical proof. We can see that there are like devotees like that who have transcended completely the bodily requirements. So we can take inspiration. We cannot imitate them, but we can take inspiration and try to follow at the minimum, at least whatever is required. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing that.
Very correct.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare Krishna.
you. Thank you, Guruji. At least Saturdays we are getting association, Guruji, from you. Thank
I
you
am
very
also
much.
I'm also learning, Prabhu. I am
Very
also learning from all devotees. They are sharing whatever is also helpful for me also.
healthy
Hare
discussion.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
And
I think, Prabhu,
now,
it's 10:35.
yeah. So thank you all devotees for joining. So please
And
do
today,
note.
Prabhu, today evening we will not have the
Ah,
our regular Chaitanya Charitamrita because Prabhuji is traveling somewhere. So he told
yeah. Yes, I
today.
saw. Yeah,
Yes.
yes. There's no Chaitanya Charita class today.
Yes.
Krishna.
And Prabhu,
So,
from Sunday, we have Bhakti Riksha. Monday, from Tuesday, 10, 11, 12, 13, we have Bhakti Riksha Preachers Training Program, 4 days, online, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. If you are all interested, you can, who are preaching or interested in preaching, they can join. 10, 11, we'll post the invitation also.
okay.
6:30 to 7:30. One temple
Our
president from Delhi,
Kanya,
Chandigarh. No, from ISKCON temple president from Chandigarh, he is taking the class. He's like how to take a Bhakti Vriksha class. That is training the Bhakti Vriksha preachers. Hare Krishna. So we'll share the invitation also.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Prabhuji, even I can join Prabhuji because here
Yes.
they are telling me to take a Bhagavad Gita class and all in Malayalam.
Yes. Sure.
So
I will share the invitation. Details I will
Okay,
share in the
Prabhu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya group also. I will share.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you all devotees. We'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Shivamana Prabhuji as well as all the devotees who are present in spiritual progress. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.